Whenever we present physical evidence of advanced ancient civilizations, the mainstream establishment always fires back with the exact same question. They ask, where are the skyscrapers? Where are the smartphones? They believe our modern world's permanence means any prior tech era left undeniable physical ruins. But this argument is scientifically illiterate. In 2018, top astrophysicists and climate modelers published a peer-reviewed paper known as the Silurian hypothesis. They weren't asking if they existed. They were asking something far more terrifying. If an industrial society rose and fell millions of years before humanity, would we actually be able to find any trace of them? And the scientific answer is no. We are conditioned to think of archaeology as digging up statues and stone walls from a few thousand years ago. Millions of years out, and preservation rules shatter. Our planet is the ultimate geological shredder. Earth acts like giant sandpaper, continuously erasing its own surface. Earth's oldest surviving surface is just 1.8 million years old. If a global, technologically advanced civilization thrived here 100 million years ago, the chances of finding one intact building today are zero. So, scientists naturally suggest looking at the deep ocean floor. It covers 70% of the planet and should be the perfect geological archive. But the ocean floor operates like a slow-moving conveyor belt. Any ocean crust older than 200 million years is pulled into the Earth's hot interior and completely melted. Over 95% of that history has been erased. What about fossils? We think of the fossil record as this vast, complete library of ancient life. For every creature preserved, millions vanish without a trace. Fossilization needs an impossible mix of burial speed and chemistry. The odds of one human fossilizing, 1 in 100 million. Millions could live for millennia and leave zero skeletal remains. The physical buildings are gone. The ocean floor has melted. The bones have turned to dust. So if we can't look for artifacts, what do we look for? If the Earth's tectonic shredder destroys every physical building and melts every bone over millions of years, what is actually left for us to find? We don't look for physical ghosts, we look for chemical ones. When a civilization burns hundreds of millions of tons of fossil fuels, it releases carbon into the atmosphere, a permanent scar in the rock. Scientists look for a violent, sudden drop in an isotope called carbon-13. And when geologists pulled up deep-sea core samples from exactly 56 million years ago, they found something terrifying. The Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, the PETM. 56 million years ago, global temperatures skyrocketed by up to 8 degrees Celsius in a geological blink of an eye. Oceans acidified. Half of all deep ocean life gone. The rock record from the PETM shows a massive carbon injection, identical to what our industrial civilization is doing right now. Carbon spike, rapid warming, ecological collapse. Mainstream science is terrified of what this implies, so they created a natural explanation to dismiss the data. They blame the North Atlantic megavolcanoes. They claim these volcanoes broke through underground carbon deposits, releasing enormous amounts of greenhouse gases naturally. They call the PETM nature's ultimate false positive. But carbon isn't the only fingerprint an advanced epoch leaves behind. Heavy metals are concentrated by industrial processing far beyond natural levels. And even more undeniable are synthetic chemicals. most organic pollutants. These are artificial bonds between carbon and chlorine. Nature does not produce them. They are exclusively engineered. These synthetic markers can survive deep burial for millions of years. If an early industrial civilization existed and collapsed 56 million years ago, their chemical ghosts are still hiding in the deep strata. But here's the ultimate, mind-bending paradox. If a prior civilization was truly advanced, if they reached the level of the Anunnaki, they wouldn't be burning dirty coal. Clean, frequency-based energy, the Earth grid. Which means the more advanced a civilization actually is, the less evidence they leave behind. Mainstream science operates on a massive, arrogant assumption. They assume that all advanced technology must look exactly like ours. They assume progress equals pollution. Humanity measures its advancement by how much fossil fuel we extract, burn, and pump into the atmosphere. Primitive, level 0. We leave a massive chemical footprint because our technology is fundamentally dirty. But what if a civilization survived for hundreds of thousands of years? To last that long, you must achieve absolute sustainability. You don't burn dead dinosaurs. You harness the planet itself. A truly advanced civilization uses clean, infinite energy, harvesting the Earth's own electromagnetic fields, sound, and frequency. Their power grids were crystalline, not chemical. This is the sustainability paradox. The more advanced a civilization becomes, the less geological evidence it leaves behind. When an organic energy grid collapses, it leaves zero toxins. Orthodox historians are digging through the dirt looking for radioactive waste, synthetic plastics, and carbon spikes. They are searching for the trash of a primitive species. They are not looking for the footprint of gods, because gods don't leave trash. They shape the world using frequency and gravity. Because their technology was harmonious with the planet, when their empire eventually fell, their machines simply powered down. The energy dissipated, the organics rotted. So if the Earth's geology erases the surface every few million years, and true technological advancement leaves no chemical trace, is there absolutely nothing left? Was the erasure 100% complete? Almost. There is one thing that survives the great geological shredder, one thing that cannot be eroded, melted, or dissolved. The stone husks of their power grid. Because to build for eternity, you don't use metal. You use the bones of the earth itself. The Earth's geological shredder erased their cities. The tectonic plates swallowed their metals. Time dissolved their bones. Everything physical was wiped clean from the surface of this planet. Except for one thing, the impossible megaliths, built from the most durable, quartz-rich igneous rock on Earth. These aren't walls, they are the husks of the Anunnaki energy grid. Orthodox historians look at Yangshan, or the Great Pyramid, and call them tombs or monuments built with copper chisels and ropes. That is an academic fairy tale.
Destroyed.
We are not looking at the architecture of a hunter-gatherer society. We are looking at the burnt-out motherboard of the planet. They built these nodes to survive the apocalypse. Plot these megalithic sites on a map. They don't form random settlements. They form a precise global geometric circuit. A worldwide acoustic and electromagnetic machine. When the previous epoch collapsed, when the Anunnaki left, the network was shut down. The frequency died. The grid went dark, leaving behind only the silent, unmovable stones. But the most terrifying part of this entire investigation isn't what happened millions of years ago. It is what is happening right now. Why the sudden global rush to classify ancient sites? Why the military quarantine over the ruins in Antarctica? Why are the depths of these megaliths being hidden from the public? Because modern governments aren't trying to hide a dead civilization. They are trying to figure out how to turn the machine back on. The geological eraser wiped away the organics, but the hardware survived. The grid is dormant, not dead. And humanity is playing with switches we do not understand. Which leaves us with one terrifying question. What happens when the original architects come back to answer the call?